next topic that we are going to take is DRDO tests SFDR technology. ठीक है, solid fuel ramjet technology. We are going to see what is this. Why news? Because India tests solid fuel ducted ramjet technology missile. Basically, DRDO has made this missile, and prior to this, ISRO conducted research on Ramjet and Scramjet jet engines, and now this research has been performed by DRDO, and they have successfully test fired this missile as well. We will see. First of all, we need to understand what is jet engine and how it functions. Okay? That is how we are going to understand what is a scramjet or what is a ramjet. So this is the basic jet engine. Okay? So as you can see, these are the turbine blades. Okay? So jet engine का concept बहुत simple है. The concept is very simple. Okay? If the incoming air, if the speed of incoming air, okay, is less than the speed of outgoing air, okay, so this thing will move forward. The basic law of Newton's third law of motion. ठीक है, कैसे? अगर incoming air outgoing air की speed से कम है या outgoing air की speed incoming air की speed से कम है, तो there will be thrust. A thrust will be produced by this thing, whatever it is. ठीक है, तो if we pause this for a moment, okay, it is not getting paused, let it be. ठीक है, so this whole concept is being utilized by conventional jet engines. ठीक है, what is happening here is a wind is being pushed in this whole turbine. What it does is it is moved by a prime mover, basically a generator or anything it can be. It is moved, it is churned, it pushes air inside it. What happens is कि this air is being compressed. ठीक है, एक तो ये ऊपर, that is not important. What is happening? You can look at these two blue ones, 1, 2. The air is being compressed, and when air is being compressed, ठीक है, so this air incoming air is cooler one. ठीक है, when air is being compressed, what happens? Temperature increases, okay, and also pressure. Temperature and pressure increase. Now this is the place where combustion take place. Combustion chamber, we can say this is combustion chamber. यहाँ पे fuel आता है, ठीक है, and an electric spark is ignited, and since this air is very compressed and very high at a very high temperature, what happens is due to a lot of temperature and pressure, a blast take place, basically combustion take place. ठीक है, and now this air pushes at a very higher speed, this one, ठीक है, and this exits it where the speed of exiting air is greater than incoming air because it has been pushed, because anything, okay, when this compressed air is pushed out of this nozzle, ठीक है, so what happens is this thing starts moving. This is the basic technology, basic understanding of a jet engine. But what is the problem here? The problem is we have to have one prime mover to move this turbine first, okay, and the thrust generated by this jet engine is not very high. Okay? But for missile and rocket technologies, we need to have engines which have very high thrust of like hypersonic or supersonic speed. Now what is supersonic or hypersonic? The first important thing to understand is Mach. Okay? Mach is the unit of speed in terms of sound, speed of sound. Mach 1 Mach is equal to speed of an object upon speed of sound. Okay? If speed of object becomes equal to speed of sound, then it will cancel out and produce 1. That is 1 Mach. It is called sonic speed. That is speed at, if anything that is moving at the speed of sound, it is moving at a sonic speed. Okay? And then the speed will be 1 Mach. If anything that is moving more than 1 Mach, so it is called either supersonic or it is called hypersonic. Okay? So when objects start moving from 1 to 3 Mach, okay, so it is called supersonic. and greater than 3 it is called hypersonic. ठीक है, तो what, ठीक है, now we saw that was a basic jet engine that aeroplanes employ, ठीक है, that has moving turbines and blades. But this ramjet technology and scramjet technology, they do not have any moving parts. What they do is they provide a the very first thing about ramjet and scramjet is they cannot provide initial thrust to the machine. That means they need very high speed air to rush in, और वो high speed air in the conventional jet engine was produced by what? A turbine which was rotating, ठीक है, but in these we can see there is no turbine, so high speed air cannot be automatically brought in. So what we need to do is we need to mount this engine on some already moving body, ठीक है, already if a body is already moving, it is a lot of air will rush in at a higher speed, and if we compress that air, very basic, if we compress that air and produce ignition in this chamber, तो the outgoing air will be at a higher velocity, ठीक है. तो रैमजेट और स्क्रैमजेट में बहुत बेसिक डिफरेंस है. तो रैमजेट 1 से 3 माक की स्पीड पे ऑपरेट करता है. सॉरी, रैमजेट फॉर यूपीएससी अंडरस्टैंडिंग वी नीड टू have this basic understanding that ramjet operates on the speed of between 1 to 3 Mach and this is hypersonic, ठीक है. scramjet operates up to 3 to 6 Machs, ठीक है. this is hypersonic speed, okay. So now what DRDO has done is they have produced solid fuel ducted ramjet, SFDR. Solid fuel means earlier what was done, what this fuel is, basically it is one oxidizer, ठीक है, and fuel basically it can be hydrogen, ठीक है, because hydrogen is very highly combustible substance. But for combustion we all know that we need to have what? Oxygen is the very fundamental necessity for combustion, ठीक है. So what all these jet engines do is they carry huge oxygen tanks and fuel, ठीक है, and fuel is burnt in the presence of oxygen and a combustion is produced and then thrust is produced. But in this SFDR technology that DRDO has developed, they have replaced the liquid fuel, okay, liquid fuel with solid fuel, ठीक है, and that is SFDR because solid fuel का basic example है candle, ठीक है. तो if a candle starts burning, it will burn till the end of it, है ना. तो solid fuel में प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि कंट्रोल करना, इसके बर्निंग को कंट्रोल करना प्रॉब्लमेटिक है, बट इट इज मोर रिलायबल, ठीक है, because of the liquid fuel can leak and all these possibilities, but solid fuel and at very high altitudes, very high speeds, liquid can behave in a certain way, but solid fuel is very reliable at very high speeds, ठीक है. So that is why DRDO has developed this solid fuel ducted ramjet. Now if you want to understand how liquid and solid propellants vary, तो solid propellant में एक basic solid propellant का हम rocket देखते हैं, Tiwari rocket. It does not has a liquid fuel, but it has gunpowder basically, and it is not gunpowder, but it is some chemical. I'm not sure what chemical that is, but it is solid, ठीक है, and that solid starts burning and the rocket pushes up, ठीक है. So that is the very basic example of solid propellant based rocket. So similarly, liquid fuel will be there, liquid oxidizer will be there, but यहाँ पे solid fuel and oxidizer and then it will burn. तो ये यहाँ पे solid fuel और liquid fuel में difference है. तो इन दोनों के डिफरेंस को अगर हम और समझने की कोशिश करें तो solid fuel is composite typically consisting of solid oxidizer we need for both solid and liquid, and the basic chemical that is in solid form, okay. And liquid rockets provide less raw thrust, this is important, but can be controlled, allowing astronauts to regulate the speed of a rocket ship. As I said कि liquid propulsion is easy to control, you can control the nozzle, ठीक है, you can control the flow of the fluid, but once solid rocket starts burning, it is going to burn till the end of it. You cannot control the combustion of the solid fuel. ठीक है? So this is all that is important. Now what is important from UPSC point of view is this one, this slide. This is very important. Ki where can this be used? Okay, so the possible uses of SFDR are Astra, beyond BVRAM, beyond visual, because it is continuously going to burn. Okay, once it is ignited, it is going to burn till the end of it. So it can be used in like long range or beyond visual range. Okay, so 150 kilometer in MK3 version, and it has a range of 120 kilometer with speed range of 2.3 to 2.3 to 2.5 Mach. Okay, so I hope that was all for SFDR technology. What you need to understand from the UPSC point of view is, the first one is that DRDO has made it, not ISRO, and Scramjet, Ramjet technology was made by, basically in India, it was indigenously developed by ISRO. Or Ramjet or Scramjet, they operate at higher speeds as compared to the conventional jet engines. Okay, and Ramjet, now the one that DRDO has developed, it is solid fuel ducted Ramjet. That means the propellant in this rocket is solid, not liquid.